Good morning. This is Miss Tina from the Sheboygan Falls Library. Today we are taking a look at a little preview of the 2021 summer reading program. And the theme this year is Tales and Tales. So it's like animal tales and fairy tales. Let's get started. Hands go up and hands go down. I can turn myself around. I can stand up on one shoe. I can listen, so can you. I can sit, I'll show you how. Story time is starting now. Good morning. I have not really a new series, but this series is pretty fun. It's about Mother Goose. Mother Bruce. Written and illustrated by Ryan T. Higgins. Bruce was a bear who lived all by himself. He was a grump. He did not like sunny days. He did not like the rain. He did not like cute little animals. Bruce only liked one thing: eggs. He collected them from all over the forest. Good morning, Mrs. Sparrow. But Bruce didn't eat eggs raw like other bears. Instead, he cooked them into fancy recipes that he found on the internet. One day, Bruce came across a recipe for hard-boiled goose eggs drizzled with honey salmon sauce. So he went out to get the ingredients. First, he caught a few salmon. Then he collected honey from a local beehive. He liked to support local business, you see. Last, he went to Mrs. Goose's nest to pay her a visit. Are these eggs free-range organic? At home, Bruce prepared the eggs for hard boiling. But the fire in his stove fizzled. So he went out to get more wood. When Bruce came back, he was met with an unwelcome surprise. What do you think happened? Mama! Bruce, because the victim of mistaken identity. The eggs had hatched. Bruce wanted hard-boiled eggs, not goslings. He supposed he could settle for buttered goslings on toast, but for some reason he lost his appetite. They're cute and fluffy. Bruce scooped up the little geese and stomped back to their nest, only to find Mrs. Goose had flown south early. And here he is kind of mumbling to them. I will have to ask Mrs. Goose about her return policy. And there she left a note. Be back in April, Mother Goose. Bruce left the goslings there anyway and went back home. But he was followed. Bruce was very stern and said things like, "Go away," and "I am not your mother," and also, "I liked you better when you were eggs." Bruce could take it no longer and became extra grumpy with them. Roar! It didn't work. Goslings always follow their mother, even if she is a he and he is a bear. So there they are. Mama, he climbs the tree. Mama! And they're still following. Bruce was stuck with them. He tried to make the best of it. It was hard work. So there they are getting messy. He's carrying them around in like a baby pack. Here, he's got food for them, but they don't like it. And as the seasons passed, Bruce watched the pesky goslings grow older. So here they are, annoying baby geese, stubborn teenage geese, and boring adult geese. Then one fall afternoon, he saw other goose families flying south. Finally, he'd be rid of those geese, and he could take a long winter nap. Bruce explained migration. Do you remember what migration is? Does anyone know? It's when the winter, or it gets colder, and birds like geese and ducks and robins, they fly south to somewhere where it's warmer because they don't like winter. But they didn't listen. So instead, they put coats on and hats to stay warm. Bruce needed the geese to leave, so he got creative. There he's got like a slingshot. Nothing worked. The geese would not leave Bruce. So it's remote control airplane. There he is. Oh, sigh. So Bruce decided to pack some bags and take his geese into town. They boarded a bus and migrated to Miami. Now every winter, Bruce and his geese head south together. They laze about in the beach in tacky shirts, sipping ice-cold lemonade while Bruce dreams of new recipes that don't hatch. So there's a goose and a baby turtle, and it's saying, "Mama?" I like that one. There are more in that series, and they are super fun with Grumpy Bear Bruce. All right, so that's part of the tales, animal tales. I have a fairy tale, sort of. It's titled, "Kiss Me, I'm a Prince," written by Heather McLeod, illustrated by Brooke Kerrigan. So you know about the prince, and she finds a frog, and he promises he's a prince. All she has to do is kiss him. Well, there's a twist to that story here. If you kiss me, I'll turn into a prince. But Ella didn't kiss him. Actually, I'm a prince already. I only look like a frog because my fairy godmother turned me into one, explained the frog. She said, "It'll do me good somehow. Anyway, go ahead. Kiss me." And he puckered up his wide froggy lips and squeezed shut his big froggy eyes. Ella picked him up. Then she put him in her pocket and walked away. Boing, boing, boing went her pocket. "Hey, hey, hey!" yelled the frog. Ella stopped and took him out of her pocket. "Didn't you hear what I said? If you kiss me, I'll turn into a prince." He puckered up his wide froggy lips and squeezed shut his big froggy eyes. Ella put him back in her pocket and continued walking. Boing, boing, boing went her pocket. "Hey, hey, hey!" yelled the frog. Ella took him out of her pocket again. "Why won't you kiss me? If you kiss me, I'll—" "I know," interrupted Ella. You'll turn into a prince. But then what? We'll go to the palace, and the king and queen, my parents, will make you a princess, promised the frog. And what do princes and princesses do all day? Asked Ella. Study mostly, said the frog. We must learn every language in the world so when we grow up, we can speak with all the other world leaders. Then there's international finance, etiquette, falconry, warfare, geography, law. But when do you get to play? Asked Ella. Princes and princesses don't play, scoffed the frog, unless you count studying horsemanship and fencing. I really like those subjects. What about hopscotch and Simon Says and going for a swim in the pond? Asked Ella. That would be unseemly, sniffed the frog. And besides, princes wear suits and princesses wear gowns all the time. You don't get clothes like that dirty. Huh, said Ella. I'd rather have a talking frog. And she put him back into her pocket and walked all the way home. Is your frog okay? He looks like he sucked on a lemon. Does he have enough flies to eat? At first the frog tried to get someone to kiss him. He'd pucker up his wide, froggy lips and squeeze shut his big, froggy eyes whenever anyone so much as glanced his way. After a while, the frog gave up on getting kissed and played with Ella. They started with hopscotch and Simon Says. Then they went for a swim in the pond. The frog was surprised at how much fun he was having. He even liked getting dirty. In fact, he forgot all about being princely until the day a royal courier rang the doorbell. The courier swept his feathered cap off his head and bowed until his nose touched the floor. "Excuse me, miss," said the courier. "Have you seen an unusual frog in the neighborhood?" Said Ella. "Your Majesty," the courier exclaimed. He swept up the frog and carried him away in the golden carriage, pulled by 4 prancing white stallions. Ella didn't hear from the frog for 2 whole weeks. Then the royal carriage appeared in front of her house again. "Hey," said Ella, "you're still a frog." "Well," said the frog, "my mom and dad got everyone in the castle to kiss me, but nothing happened. My fairy godmother says only the kiss of true friend will do, and only if I want it to. So here I am." "Do you want me to kiss you?" asked Ella. "I didn't at first," admitted the frog, "but then Mom and Dad said they'd cut back on my homework, so I'll have time to play every day. I can even join your baseball team." "But frogs can't play baseball. Frogs can't do a lot of things. So yes, Ella, I want you to kiss me. Please?" And Ella did. And they lived happily ever after. Okay, for my third book, we are going back to animals. And this one is Wild About Us, written by Karen Beaumont, illustrated by Janet Stevens, a Caldecott Honor winner. How many of you have been to the zoo? If you have, think about some of the animals that are there. I'm Warty Warthog. Can't be who I'm not. I am who I am, and I've got what I've got. I have tusks, and I have warts, but I like what I see. In my own special way, I'm as cute as can be. Yes, sirree. We all are the way we are all meant to be. Crocodile's proud of his big toothy grin. Rhino feels fine in her wrinkly skin. Elephant's confident nothing is wrong. He knows that his nose is supposed to be long. No one laughs at Giraffe because she's lanky and tall. Here at the zoo, there is room for us all. Would you dare tell Flamingo he shouldn't be pink? Or Pot-Bellied Pig, she's too plump, do you think? We never tease Tortoise for being so slow. He's not meant to hurry or scurry, you know. Does Porcupine care that she can't curl her hair? Is Leopard upset he has spots everywhere? Hippo is happy. She loves her behind. It wiggles, it jiggles. It's one of a kind. She's proud of precisely the way it's designed. Chim's ears stick out, as you clearly can see. But he thinks they're charming, and we all agree. Kangaroo has huge feet, but you don't see her pout. She has much better things to think about. We're glad we're all different. It would be such a shame if you came to the zoo and we all looked the same. All right, so Tales and Tales is the summer reading program theme for this year, and we've got some fun things prepared for you. So I hope you sign up for the summer reading program and enjoy lots of books. Thanks for joining me today. Enjoy your summer.